Hello everyone. Sabi po dito sa DAO 2005-10, ito po ang Implementing Rules and Regulations of the Philippine Clean Water Act of 2004. Dapat daw po ang owner or operator ng facilities ay kailangan merong authorization to discharge wastewater. Saan natin mababasa yung regulation na yon? Dito yan sa Section 14. Basahin natin dito. Section 14. Ang Section 14 po, tumutukoy yan sa discharge permit na nakikita nyo on the left. The department referring to DNR shall require owners or operators of facilities that discharge regulated effluent pursuant to this act to secure a permit. At ano yung permit na yan? A permit to discharge. The discharge permit shall be the legal authorization granted by the department to discharge wastewater. So, yan po ang nakasulat sa Section 14. So, pwede niyong tingnan yan sa inyong mga internet browser din. Ano po? Now, on the left, meron kang makikita na sample ng copy ng wastewater discharge permit. At yan nga po ay issued ng concerned regional office. Sample lang ito. Now, ang discharge permit, ang sabi dito, the discharge permit on the right, dito po, the discharge permit shall specify among others the quantity and quality of the effluent that said facilities are allowed. So, kung titingin ka sa kaliwa, yung copy ng discharge permit, dapat daw naka-specify yung quantity. In this case, sa ating example, quantity ito, itong nakasulat sa number 2 statement, the discharge rate of the effluent shall not exceed the 10 cubic meters per day. So, yan yung quantity. So, ibig sabihin, as to our operation, di tayo pwedeng mag-discharge ng more than 10 cubic meters per day. Kaya kailangan mo ng mga conservation effort dyan para hindi ka mag-exceed ng discharge. Or yung ating wastewater treatment plant, yung design nito, hindi dapat makapag-discharge na more than 10 cubic meters per day. So meron kang mga storage tank muna or equalization tank para hindi laging biglaan ang labas ng ating mga discharges. And of course, sa Section 14 ng nasambit dito, ang discharge permit din daw dapat nag-specify ng quality of effluent. Kaya dito sa kaliwa, yung ating copy ng discharge permit, may makikita ka dyan ng mga parameters. Depende sa PSIC code. Depende sa activities meron ang isang establishment. Naka-specify dyan yung mga standard set by DNR. So, yan yung quality. Ang ibig sabihin naman dito, huwag kang lalagpas dyan sa permissible limit. So, that's the limit. Kung itetest sa laboratory ang iyong discharge, dapat hindi lalagpas dyan sa ating standard. Standard yan eh. Hindi pwedeng lalagpas ka dyan. Now, sabi din dito, sa Section 14 pa rin ng discharge permit, ang naka-specify pa sa permit ay yung compliance schedule. So, makikita mo naman on the left, naka-indicate naman sa number 3, yung schedule ng monitoring. Kung babasahin natin yung statement number 3, sabi dito, that the permit holder shall conduct quarterly effluent monitoring. So, naka-indicate na yung schedule quarterly every 3 months. So, every 3 months, dapat kung meron tayong wastewater discharges, magkakandak tayo ng water sampling and in coordination with EMB accredited environmental laboratory, lalong-lalo yung analysis nito. Ano po? Now, doon sa monitoring na yon na sinambit, quarterly. At yung requirement pa dito, kailangan yung result ng laboratory analysis ay isasama mo, shall be included in the quarterly submission of self-monitoring report. Kaya kailangan yung result natin, makuha natin agad before submission ng SMR at nakasama dyan sa ating mga report. Naka-schedule na yan. Like for first quarter, April 15 yung submission ng SMR, nandun na rin yung result. July 15 for second semester, quarter rather, October 15 for third quarter, and then January 15 for fourth quarter. So may mga iba pang mga statements dito, tinatawag natin na condition, at yan na yung susundan ng PCO kung ano pa ang dapat na i-comply. So, halimbawa dito, naka-indicate, meron pang number 4, submit certificate of PCO accreditation within 60 days that the permit holder shall provide flow measuring device at influent and effluent side of wastewater treatment facility. Furthermore, provide an accessible sampling port at the effluent side of the wastewater treatment facility. Kailangan din na i-allow mo ang EMB personnel para sa environmental inspection at saka water sampling mismo. At dapat yung permit na ito ay kitang-kita nakapost sa mga conspicuous place. At ganun din kung merong mga sludge, kailangan mag-ano tayo, magpa-dislodge sa mga accredited ng Department of Health na service provider. And then the permit shall be renewed 30 days prior to expiration. Makikita nyo yung discharge permit, naka-indicate din dyan yung date of issuance and then yung date kung kailan siya valid, implied na kung kailan ang expiration. So usually annual yung validity, annual ang renewal, 1 year ang validity ng discharge permit. Pero meron mga discharge permit na 2 years ang validity, meron pa nga 5 taon. Kasi ito ay up to 5 years. Pero depende yan, nagbabari yan sa mga regional offices, iba't iba. Now, dito remember na date of issuance, for example, April 25, 2022, kung 1 taon ang validity niyan, so April 25, 2023, valid pa siya. April 26 pa yung expiration. At meron ditong condition na the permit shall be renewed 30 days before expiration. Now, non-compliance with the above conditions and or any pertinent provisions of Clean Water Act, a corresponding penalty in an amount of 10,000 to 200,000 pesos per violation shall be imposed. So, yung minimum na 10,000, maximum na 200,000, noon po yung 2004 nung naipasa yung batas na ito. Pero dahil merong PAB resolution na nag increase po by 10% every 2 years, lalong-lalo. Halimbawa, yung 10,000. And based on PAB resolution sa panahon nga natin ngayon, 2025, papasok ng 2026, umabot na yung minimum niya ng 25,000 pesos na dating 10,000. So habang tumatagal ang panahon, tumataas din yung minimum fine. Kung dating 10,000, ngayon ay hindi na siya nagbe-minimum na 10,000. Kaya we need to make sure that we comply all the conditions ng ating discharge permit. So, the discharge permit shall be issued doon sa mga may mga sources of water pollution. Para hindi tayo malito, let's read 14.18. Dito tayo magkakaroon ng kalinawan kung kailangan ba natin ng discharge permit. Sabi dito, pollution sources connected to sewerage systems. Pollution sources currently discharging to existing sewerage systems with operational wastewater treatment facility shall be exempt from the permit requirement. So, imbis na tayo yung nagdi-discharge, merong sewerage system na ino-operate ng iba. Kung tayo ay naka-connect doon, pwede tayong ma-exempt sa permit requirement itong discharge permit. Kasi nga, naka-connect tayo sa existing sewerage system. So, halimbawa, you are connected to the public sewer line operated by Manila Water or Maynilad. Kumuha ka lang ng certification na connected ka doon, hindi ka na i-require ng discharge permit. Now, dito ngayon pumapasok yung iba pang condition na provided that in the absence of or pending the establishment of a sewerage system, pollution sources shall be covered by the permit requirement. So, dyan ngayon, pumapasok yung ating septic tank na hindi nakakonect sa public sewer line dahil wala in the absence of or pending the establishment, ginagawa pa lang. Yung septic tank natin, which is considered a sources of water pollution, shall be covered by discharge permit. O yung ating oil and water separator. Yung ating sewage treatment plant on-site, kung hindi din yun connected sa sewage systems, kailangan mo rin ng discharge permit kasi ang totoo, nagdi-discharge ka talaga dyan ng effluent, partially or completely treated water. So, kung walang connection sa sewerage system, kailangan mo ng discharge permit. So, how will you prove sa DNR EMB na connected ka sa sewerage system? So, somebody outside of your organization will give you certification that you are connected. Ang termino na ginagamit ng iba dyan ay Certificate of Interconnection. Parehas lang yan sa mga certification. Importante yung sinasabi doon sa dokumento that you are currently discharging to the sewerage system. Okay, so that is the discharge permit based on DAO 2005-10 or the implementing rules and regulations of Republic Act 9275, otherwise known as the Philippine Clean Water Act. I hope you have learned something sa ating discussion, and kung may tanong, confusion, mas maganda itanong natin yan sa EMB Regional Office kasi sila yung nag implement ng mga batas. But if you have question, you can type it below at try nating sagutin ang inyong tanong. At if you think na nakatulong sa iyo ang video na ito, please like and share this video para libre naman ito. Ayan, matuto din po ang iba. Thank you very much everyone for time listening and God bless us all.